Hey, hope you're all well and looking forward to tonight's race more than I am. And that will be quite a bit actually, because I am really looking forward to this tonight. The chat is popping already, even before we've got our qualifier. And well, it's not a qualifier, is it? It's a one shot quali for the sprint, and then another one shot quali for the feature. Oh, it's going to be good. This is tonight. 33 points cover the top five, with 36 up for grabs tonight. So many permutations of what can happen, and I'm not going to go into it too deep, but so much can happen. So we'll have a recap after the sprint. Meanwhile, Jam needs everyone ahead of him in the championships to DNF and him to win the sprint, and the same again in the feature. Obi is in a good place for leading Shaggy by 14 points. A good result in the sprint will make him firm favourite, and the battle for runners-up spot is so interesting. So we're on board with Sainty at the moment on one-shot qualifier. Shaggy, who is one of the antagonists for the title, is leading at the moment in the Alpine, but Uzi Watsits has just taken over him. It's small girls there as well, Sainty, who we're on board with now. In the one-shot qualifier is Obi, the leader of the championships. He's taken over. Now it's Mads, Fat Psycho, with Sainty. So the Haas is 1 and 2 at the moment. As I haven't got my map on, so I don't know where they are. Sainty back on top. Mads Psycho is taking it away from him, and they're just coming around Cops into the old Maggots, Beckett's Chapel section of this historic track. Sainty still leads from Uzi. Robbie is up there now with Obi, Shaggy and Nick Fury swapping positions for fifth. Sainty takes the Vale and Stove into club. Pedal to the metal. Oh, he lost a little bit and he's not lost the lead. So Sainty is on pole in your sprint. I didn't see what time it was. Anyway, let's have a look what time he did. A 1:27. 487. Joining me on the front row will be Uzi Watsits. Then we've got Obi and Small Girl on row 2. Your Robbie and Tiger Bucket row 3. Shaggy Nick Fury row 4. Fatal Jam row 5. Bish and Psycho row 6. And RK and Shimpad row 7. So then, I'll just advance. I'll get to... Let's have a look. There we go. There is... Right. Let's sort this out. I don't know where I'm up to at the moment. There we go. Forgive me. We'll go back to where I was. Where was I? What will be in a good position before, in a good place, leading Shaggy by 14 points. A good result in the sprint will make him firm favourite. And the battle for runners up is so interesting, with just 6 points separating Shaggy, Minden, and RKA. And Jam is there to mop up if carnage happens. So let the fun begin, as the Syntec Championships is settled tonight at the home of F1, the legendary Silverstone, nestles between Northamptonshire and anothershire. So then let's give you the championship standings. Obi leads on 194 from Shaggy on 180, Minden on 178, RKA 174, Jam 161. Them are your top five. Then we've got Stevie on 153, Twisted Dragon 150, Small Girl 127, Bakey 123, Bish 116, Fatal 108, Macho 91, Edsters 89, Sainty 86, and your Robbie on 83. Them are the top 15 in the championship. I'll be here all day if I'd name everybody in the league that scored points. But in the Haas tonight, we've got Sainty and Psycho. In the Sauber, Obi and Tiger Booker. Williams, we've got RKA as Minden, One of the championship protagonists has had to drop out through illness, unfortunate for Minden. So next season's league will be called the Minden League. Ooh. In the Alpine, we've got Jam and Shaggy, RB Cash Apps, Fatal and Small Girl. Aston Martin, we've got your Robbie and Chrism. Mercedes, Nick Fury and Bish. And then we've got in the Ferraris, George and Uzi. So nice day here at Silverstone, as you can see. The rain hasn't come that I prayed for, but we still have the feature race. So let's see. So we're up. Sam's in the chat. Hey, Sambo. Just read through the chat now. Stevie, can't wait for this. Yes. The Shaggy League. That'll go down well, won't it? The Shaggy League. So what could it be? It could be the Obi League, the Shaggy League, the Jam League, or even the RKA League. RKA has snuck up like a ninja. Just 20 points behind Obi. He's come from nowhere. Anyway, here is your formation lap for the sprint, which is 17 laps of the Silverstone circuit. And the tyres, a little bit of a mixture between softs and mediums. Will softs last 17 laps? One asks oneself. Alright, go through your drivers and what tyres they have set up with, and that is Sainty, who's in P1 in the Haas. He's on softs. Uzi Watsits in the Ferrari is on row 1 with Sainty. He's also got the softs on. Obi in the Sauber. He's P3 on the grid. Alongside him on the second row is Small Girl in the RB Cash App, also on softs. Your Robbie in the Aston Martin is on softs in P5, and joining him is Tiger Booker in Sauber, also on the softs. Shaggy in P7 is on softs in the Alpine. There's Shaggy. And Nick Fury in the Mercedes is on softs in P8. Then we've got Fatal in the other RB Cash App on softs. Jam in the Alpine P10. He's on softs as well. That's here's it sent to your screen. Is Jam. There you go. Then we've got Bish in the Mercedes on mediums, and in P12 we've got Psycho in the other Haas on mediums. RK8 in the Williams here is on softs, with Shimpad in the Ferrari P14 on the mediums, and then we've got Chrism in the Aston Martin on softs. Quite fancy Chrism tonight to upset the apple cart in the Aston Martin, as we'll go on board with Sainty for the start. And lights, 4, 5 lights, and we are go. And we're away on a great start from the Ferrari. Let's go on board with Sainty. Uzi Watsits on these outside, tucks in behind Sainty to come round the first corner, which hang on, I've lost hang on, I nearly swallowed a fly. I think we've got a yellow flag. I think that's Jam gone down a few positions. Shimpad has got a penalty, a 10-second penalty for circularism with Chrism, so I'll put the mockers on Chrism there, and I but Sainty is pulling away from Uzi Watsits in P2, OB in P3, Small Girl Louis P4, Nick Fury in the Mercedes coming down the inside of Small Girl, takes P4 away from the Cash App. Tiger Booker in the Sauber looking on the inside of Small Girl. Will we pull it off? No, Small Girl tucks in front, and Fatal's up to P7 with your Robbie. Mad Psycho up to P9. We've got another yellow flag, and that is the Ferrari at the back. That is Shimpad. And I'm back. I'm back. I'm back. Somebody forgot to charge his headphones up. As we're on lap 2. Quick little recap. Sainty leads from Uzi Watsits in P2 in the Ferrari. Then we've got Obi in P3. Nick Fury's up to P4. Small Girl Louis P5 and Tiger Booker P6. I'll get me back. As I've just Uzi Watsits takes the lead from Sainty. Just run upstairs. It's buggered me up. Hang on. Oof. Ooh, I'm not as fit as I was. Sainty all over the back of the Ferraris to come down, start finish straight for lap 3. So we've got Ferrari leading from Haas, from Sauber, and it's Uzi Watsits holding off the Haas of Sainty. Here comes the Sauber of Obi as well. Late on the brake, it was Obi. Got up the gap on the Haas in front of him, and it looks like Uzi is perhaps holding the Haas up. And here comes Sainty on the inside to make the corner first. That was close. Now Obi's having a quick look, and Nick Fury isn't out of it in P4. Small Girl P5 as they start to group up a little bit. So let me get my breath back. Knacking me up, that as running upstairs. Sainty runs a little bit wide and picks up a penalty. That's the first penalty of the evening, apart from Shimpad's 10 points and Shimpad's DNF. I'm sorry, I didn't see that. Or George as DNF, but Sainty leads. Here comes the Ferrari of Uzi Watsits on the outside. But Sainty, I think, just holds the lead. Uzi Watsits alongside. This is cracking racing with these two. Going down into club. And Sainty holds the lead from Uzi Watsits, Obi, Nick Fury, Small Girl, Tiger Bucket, Fatal Defiance, Mads, Robbie and Bish are your top 10. Shaggy down in P11, RK, another one of the championship antagonist in P12. Yeah, I think the Ferrari run a bit wide there, but it's got the lead back from Sainty. Sainty's alongside, Obi's there looking, waiting for any chances he's got, and this is class stuff. There's a bit of a coming to between Small Girl and Tiger Booker there, but Obi has taken P2 away from Uzi Watsits, but Sainty leads them coming around into Cops. Wow, it isn't Cops, it's Linfield onto Woodcoats. Now they're coming to Cops now, are coming down National Pit Straight onto Cops. So lifts a little bit, goes a little wide, may have picked up a warning there. Shaggy up to P10, getting past Bish in the Mercedes. It's all out in front. Sainty, Obi and Uzi Watsits, your front three. Nick Fury's there and so is Louis. But there is 7 cars in your frame coming down into Stowe. As your Robbie makes P8 from Psycho. Coming on into club now. It's Sainty leads from Obi, Uzi Watsits, Nick Fury, close as ever, Small Girl, Tiger Booker, and now Fatal is in the slipstream of the Sauber of Tiger Booker, but Sainty leads him out into Three Village and on to Aintree. Still can't get me breath. So there's not much gaps really. Perhaps a little one with your Robbie and Fatal and Shaggy and Mads, but apart from that, everybody's in quite close company. And a bit wide there from Sainty. Obi saw his chance, but unfortunately Sainty got back. And where's my fucking controller? On board with Sainty then. Don't like that view. Just pulled up a little bit of a gap on the Sauber of Obi, Uzi Watsits, Nick Fury, Small Girl, Tiger Booker, Fatal Defiance, Robbie, Mads in the Haas, Shaggy, just 1.2 seconds behind P9. I've got RK8 following Shaggy about. Bish is there also, and we've got a 7-second gap to Jam, and Chrism unfortunately 39 seconds adrift in P14. Mads has just got past your Robbie for P8 in the Haas. So let's go back up to the top. Let's come round and complete lap 5. On to lap 6 then. It's Sainty, Obi, Uzi Watsits, Nick Fury, Small Girl and Tiger Bucket with Fatal. It's coming round into Village and on to Aintree, and it's still Sainty leads from Obi. Go down and see Nick Fury having a look at the back of Uzi Watsits. Does he make it? No, they're both as late as each other on braking. The Ferrari just holds on to P3, sends Nick a little bit wide. Small Girl nips in there and tries to take P4 away from Nick, but Nick got a good exit and has kept hold of P4. Still Saint lead, and these 7 have definitely pulled out now. 3 seconds to Mads in the other Haas, who's just coming round Cops. Mads picks up the penalty as we were on board with him. Just make a note of that. So in this group here, battling out for P8, you've got Psycho, Your Robbie and Shaggy just in the distance there. Then we've got a 2-second gap to RK8, Bish, Jam and Chrism back to the front where Sainty leads them, coming around at the end of lap 6. And around club and on to the start finish straight. The Haas goes. Sauber's out. Obi is in P2 with Uzi Watsits in the Ferrari P3. Nick Fury still P4 with Small Girl P5. Tiger Booker P6. Fatal Defiance P7. So not much change at the moment. Yeah, cheers for that, Stevie. Thanks. DNF'd in the pits is our shin pad. Right, let's get comfy. Now I've got my breath back. We're on lap 7 of 17 in the first race tonight, which is the sprint. And at the moment, Sainty leads. Obi has a little glancing look at the inside of the Haas, but thinks twice about it. But Obi, if the positions stay like this, will be the firm favourite for the championship. He needed a good result to put a little bit more daylight between himself and Shaggy RK and Minden, who unfortunately isn't here. And there's Obi and Uzi Watsits exchanging positions a couple of times, but Obi keeps hold of it this time being, but the Ferrari's alongside. Coming into Stowe along to Vale Straight. Oh, it's not a straight, a bit of a kink in it, isn't there? But still, them 7 cars just 2.8 seconds ahead of P8 Your Robbie. Let's stay on board with these leaders. Sainty, Obi, Uzi Watsits and Nick Fjordman, Small Girl and Tiger Bucket. Fatal just losing a little bit of time there, but Your Robbie has Mads now for company. Shaggy's also in with a shout as well. He's not far behind Shaggy. Bish has dropped 5 seconds behind Shaggy with RKA alongside. Then we've got Jam and Chrism in the Aston Martin bringing up the rear. Sainty now is out of DRS of Obi in P2, so could lengthen his lead a little bit. Still going a little bit wide around Cops, but keeps it within the white lines. Sainty enjoying himself out in front now. Obi and Uzi Watsits battling out, and look at Nick as well. Nick's having a cracking drive. Now then, the Ferrari comes alongside the Sauber, and he's out there. Uzi Watsits and Nick Fury also passes Obi. Cracking move there from both Uzi Watsits and Nick Fury. Nick took the bull by the horns there, and he's into P3. Cracking overtake there from the Mercedes. He's following the Ferrari down to start lap 9. Still Sainty out in front, but that gap between himself and P2 has lengthened by 3/10 in the last few corners as he goes around into Aintree. And it's Easy Watson, Nick Fury in P3, Obi P4, Small Girl and Tiger Booker all over the back of the Cash App. Will he make it before the corner? Louis a little bit late on the braking, but Tiger Booker had the inside line, got the outside line here, and Small Girl as Nick Fury goes to P2. Oh, God, I'm sorry about that. My chargers. I put my arm on my charger and it pulled out a few laps ago. But anyway, Nick Fiore is back in fifth, and Mad Psycho is looking all over the back of him. Oh, just open them on again. I don't know if I am. Side by side, the Haas and the Mercedes. Cracking racing here. Look at them all bunched up. And we have Sainty leading on the last lap, just a second advantage over Uzi Watts. It's Obi in P3. Shaggy's up to P5. We've got a yellow flag, and that's the Aston Martin of your Robbie, I think. Or is it Chrism? Yeah, Chrism's DNF. Sorry, mate. Chrism has DNF'd. But Sainty and Uzi Watts, it's battling out for the lead. And Mads Psycho is out as well. He's out at Cops. Sainty though leading into the final corner. It's all behind where Obi's in P3 and Tiger Book in P4, but Sainty takes a win, will be demoted a few positions. Well, just the one, as Uzi takes the win. We've got Obi coming up for third. Shaggy got up to fifth. Wow, that was great driving from Shaggy. And I think Shaggy gets my driver of the day in the sprint. Wow, that was a cracking race. Unfortunately, not all of it was heard on the stream. Unfortunately, my headset has let me down. Well, the charger has. But Obi gets P3, and I think Nick Fury gets the driver of the day on the game. I'm going to give it to Shaggy. He made it up to P5, I think, or P6, P5. So there you go, Uzi with the win from Sainty, Obi in P3, Tiger Booker P4, then Shaggy P5, Nick Fury P6, and we've got your Robbie up to P7. Good result for your Robbie. Fatal in P8, Small Girl and Jam are your top 10. And then we've got RK, Bish, and they were the only finishers. I'm sure Mads and will be classified, but there's no points there for him anyway. Anyway, on to your feature. Let's have a look. 8 points for Obi. That gives him 202. And Shaggy gets 6 points. That's 86, 14, 15, 16 points adrift. So still not over. Shaggy can still win the championships. Obi obviously is the favourite. RK and Jam, their push for the championships came to an end, unfortunately, after the sprint. But say the championship's still alive. Now it's 2 from 5 to 2. Obi and Shaggy. I make it. Obi has got 202 and Shaggy has 186. That's 16 points. The difference. Is that right, Stevie? Can you help me? Right, I'm going to put a little bit of tape on my charger in my headphones, then it won't pull out. Oh, as we wait for our feature race. Just bear with me a minute. Let's get this sorted out, this headset, and charge it. That's it. Should stay in now. I missed who got the fastest lap in the sprint as well. Never mind. We're on to the feature now between Obi and Shaggy. 16 points the difference in Obi's favour. So Shaggy could do with Obi DNFing. That's easier said than done. Obi firm favourite now to take the championship. But we all know what this game can throw up at us. as we wait for our one-stop qualifying for the feature race, and that's 52 laps of Silverstone. Stand by your beds. I'll be back in a tick. Didn't I say it was 16 points as well, Stevie? Because I've got it 16 points difference. Shaggy on 186 and Obi on 202. That's 16, isn't it? So, yeah. 16 points is the difference. I nearly pulled the pig and charger out of my head for a set then. I think I'll take it around the back. There's no chance of me pulling it out. So we're looking down on the pits. I'm sure this marshal nearest to us wants a wee. He's standing like he wants a wee. Watch him look. He's looking, see if anybody's looking. And he can have one without anybody looking. Look, oh, can't do it now. Somebody over there is looking. Look, he's looking at us, seeing the cameras are on him. He's dying for a wee. He is. Sees his mate looking at him as well. Look, so to somebody is this marshal here in the foreground. Look, watch him. He wants a wee and he's having a look. Look, see, look, seeing if anybody's looking. Anybody looking? Go and get it. Oh, no. I need to get behind this barrier here for a quick wee. Where's Fred? Fred, take over. I need a wee. So, as you can see, top of your screen, centre. One shot quality starts in 20 seconds from now. And in a nutshell, Shaggy needs to beat Obi by 17 points because Obi has more wins. So if it goes to a tie, it'll be on count back and Obi will be crowned champions if they do tie. Thanks, Steve, for the update on that because I wouldn't have known. Right, we're on board with Sainty in P10 to P9 and Uzi What's It's. Shaggy now is in pole with Uzi What's It's. Tiger Bucket, Fatal's in P3. Shaggy going well in the Alpine. Chrism up to P2. Tiger Bucket now takes P2. Uzi What's It's. Oh, Shaggy's Obi's out of qualifying. So an advantage Shaggy for the time being as he's back in P1. They're just going around Linfield. Sainty in front now. P1 for Sainty. Chrism, Uzi What's It's. Where's Shaggy's down in 13th, so Obi, Small Girls joined Obi, so Shaggy must have made a mistake. Was advantage Shaggy, that's commentator's curse for you. Sainty, Chrism, Uzi What's It's. Using Chrism, swapping P2, but it's Sainty. As he come down into Stoke. RK8 and Fatal swapping positions there for P5. Chrism looking good in P3. Uzi What's It is on pole as they come round club. And Sainty regains P1. And there's Sainty with 127.197. In the sprint, it's 127.4. That nearly pulled the pig in charger out again. But Sainty, another pole for the Haas driver. There you go, Sainty and Uzi Watsits on the front row of the grid with Chisholm and Mads on row 2, Fatal and Tiger Bucket row 3, RK and Urobi row 4, Shaggy, Nick Fury row 5, Shinpad Nobi row 6. There we go, back on again. I just put my arm on my charger and it's come out of the socket. But should be good now. So Sainty takes his second pole of the evening. And just a few tenths quicker on that pole time to the one he set in sprint. Yeah, I've got it. I've got notes all over me pad here. OB qualifier ban, and still I'm questioning why he'd gone out of one shot qualifier. I should have known. I've got it written down here. OB feature race quali ban. Tell you, my head. So this Marshall still waiting here for a wee. Looking around. Look. Oh, need this. Here we go then. We're on the formation lap for your feature race. Tyres, a good mixture again of softs and mediums. Why nobody is on the Hearts, with it being 100% race on 52 laps. But I'm just a comms guy. These are the races, and we're on board with the Haas of Sainty, who's on softs. Uzi Walters is on softs also in the Ferrari in P2. P3 Chisholm, the Aston Martin on softs. Psycho in the other Haas is on softs. Then we've got Fatal in P5 in the Racing Bull. He's on the mediums. Tiger Booker in the Sauber P6 on the grid is on softs. RK8 on mediums. Neurovi on softs. Back at the start. We've got Shaggy in the Alpine starting P9 on mediums. Nick Furyman had a fantastic race in the sprint. P10 and softs for Nick. Shinpad George in P11 on mediums with OB having served his quali ban. In the Sauber on mediums in P12. Small Girl Louis on softs in P13. Bish in the Mercedes P14 is on soft, and then Jam in P15 on mediums in the Alpine. And we think somebody's readied up early. So that'll be wrists smacked. Let's have a look in the Discord, see if anybody's owned up to it. Psycho, he readied up early, unfortunate. Anyway, we are back racing. We're on board with what's happening here? On board with Sainty, 5 lights on, and they're away in the feature again. Uzi Watsits gets a cracking start. We're on board with Sainty, and there's the Ferrari flying by. Means the first one into turn 1. Uzi Watsits, Small Girl, right back down to P15. Must have had an incident with somebody. And Sainty back in front in the Haas with the inside line, going around into Aintree now, and leading down the straight into Brookfields. So Sainty leads some Uzi, and we're on with Psycho, Chrism, Tiger Booker's up to P5, haven't got past Fatal, Nick Fury's P7, RK8 P8, Yo Robbie P9, Shaggy's P10, Bish P11, Chimpad, George P12, Jam, Obi and Small Girl at the rear. Back onto your normal cameras. Ooh, a bit of contact there between the Sauber of Obi and Small Girl. But we're back up to the front where Sainty leads from Uzi and Psycho. Your top three. And here comes the Ferrari of Uzi Watts. It's on the inside of the Haas. And Uzi gets the Ferrari's nose in front. Sainty hasn't settled for P2 and has battled back and taken back P1. We've got a yellow flag. I think it's Jam. Jam's out, and Obi's got a 10-second penalty. Oh, now then. That's sweetening things up, and we have a virtual safety car. Jam is out. Small Girl gets a pen. Obi's got 10 seconds. Wow. Certainly conjured up a few little fragments of whoopsie-daisy for Obi. Sainty in the Haas leads Uzi with the other Haas of Psycho in P3. Still on the virtual safety car, and DRS is enabled, and we're off racing again. And Sainty gets a cracking restart as Uzi was all over the place in P2, and then Mads has Chrism as well in a good position in P4 with the Sauber Tiger Booker in P5. So there's Shaggy. Shaggy is in P8, and keep our eyes out on the gap between Shaggy and Obi. And Obi still has that 10 seconds to serve, as well as Louis. There's your tyre strategies as DRX is activated, and that's a Ferrari of Uzi back in front. DRS so powerful around Silverstone, and Sainty's coming back to tucks in behind the Ferrari and will have the inside line for this next corner. Unfortunately not close enough for the move, but Ferrari lead, the two Asses second and third, Aston Martin and Sauber fifth. Uzi then leading them out onto lap 3. RK gets past Shimpad as Obi is serving his 10 seconds, I think, in the pits. I'll put him quite a way down. Shaggy 1.3 seconds behind Fatal for P7. Needs to get that gap closed and put a bit of traffic between himself and Obi. He's still not out of the pits yet. Sainty outside line of the Ferrari, the Haas of Mads, looking for a move. He's looked down from the IP helicopter. You come down onto the national pit straight, and it's Sainty in the lead from the Ferrari of Uzi. Mads is in P3, and look at Chrism and Tiger Booker. Cracking view down on your leading 5 cars, led by Sainty. Uzi, Mads, Chrism and Tiger Booker. Then we've got a 7.5 gap to Nick Fury in the Mercedes. The leaders go past us. There's Nick, followed by Fatal in the Cash App. We've got Shaggy in the Alpine with your Robbie taking P8 away from the Alpine. The Alpine's battling away. To get his neck in front there, yeah, and he's got the inside line, and say he gets fastest lap of 131.5 as Shaggy back up to P8, but the Aston Martin of Robbie certainly putting some pressure on the Alpine. We're starting lap 4 of 52. A long way to go. Lots of things could happen. Lots of things this game can throw up at us. And it's not over till that checkered flag goes down. Uzi then back in front from Sainty. These two swapping positions like a prostitute in a brothel. But it's Uzi leads from Sainty and Mads, Chrism and Tiger Booker. You're leading 5. We've got a 2.2 second gap then to the Mercedes Nick Fury, who's got a 2.9 over Fatal. Shaggy just a second behind Fatal. And then we've got your Robbie, who was putting some pressure on Shaggy. Bish there in P10, RK8 P11, Shimpad, Small Girl, and Obi. Quite a long way adrift of your leaders, but Sainty back in front. You come round Cops into Vale, and your Robbie gets past Shaggy. Robbie definitely a thorn in Shaggy's side at the moment. So pulled the charger out my headset again as Sainty leads them out on to lap 5 with Uzi under pressure from Mads. Let's have a look at this battle for P2. Oh, gives a decent shot, and there's Mads up to P2 past the Ferrari of Uzi. Uzi will have the inside line here, but no, the Haas cuts him off, so that's Haas 1 and 2. Ferrari in 3rd, Chrism in the Aston Martin is in P4, and Tiger Booker P5. 3.5 seconds is a gap then to Nick Fury. Fatal, your Robbie and Shaggy. Shaggy needs to get through these cars in front of him if he can. Easier said than done. But what a classic race we have up the front with 5 drivers, just a second and a half between them, led by Sainty in the Haas with teammate Mads in P2. Uzi what's it's Chrism and Tiger Booker. You can see the Mercedes Nick Fury in the distance. So Sainty, Mads and Uzi what's it's been the front 3 throughout since the start. Chrism and Tiger Booker goes wide there, must have picked up a warning, and Mads sets the fastest lap at 1:31.3. In P2, chasing down teammate Sainty. Let's have a look at this battle for P7. Your Robbie, Shaggy, Fatal, Bish and RK8 all involved. There goes the Mercedes and Nick Fury. There's your Robbie, followed by Shaggy, Fatal and Bish. As Uzi what's it and Chrism swapping positions. Chrism in the Aston Martin, Uzi in the Ferrari. Coming round Lingfield, and the Aston Martin of Chrism takes P3 away from the Ferrari. That's Chrism up 1 place. Now hopefully pulling down. Oh, Sainty goes really wide, and that gives Mads an open invitation to take the lead on lap 6 of 52. Mads, Sainty, Chrism. Look how they're all getting clinged up together, these 5. Say just a second and a bit as Sainty makes the move on his teammate. That's Sainty up to P1 again. And settles in P2. Shaggy is up to P7 now, having got past your Robbie. And Shaggy needs to make the 2.3 seconds on Nick Fury in the Mercedes, and can try and join on to the battle at the front, which is led at the moment by the Hasses of Sainty and Mads. Chrism P3, Uzi what's it's P4, and Tiger Booker P5. And then we've got a 4.5 second gap then to Nick Fury with Shaggy, your Robbie, Fate Man, Bish, your top 10. Obi is still 8 seconds behind Louis, and Louis 31 seconds adrift of George in P12. Sainty and Mads then giving us a nice race to watch. As all these top 5. I'll just plug my pissing charger in again. I've lost all race sound. Never mind. But Sainty and Mads battling out in front. I'm putting a little bit of a gap now to Chrism, Uzi and Tiger Bucket as they're coming round Chapel into and Paddock. George gets a penalty. And coming down into Club. Sainty and Mads side by side. Mads has got his nose in front. Sainty goes wide. I thought he was going to cut back, but no, sits in behind his teammate. And look at Chrism in the Aston Martin pulling that gap to Sainty. Two asses battling out side by side. Cracking racing for them that are watching. Sainty goes wide to cut in. But Mads cuts that move off as he leads them down into Wellington Straight. Haas and Haas side by side. Sainty's Haas has just made the lead again. So coming round into Linfield. Sainty from Mads, Chrism and the Ferrari of Uzi Walters and Tiger Bucket. And 6 seconds then to Nick Fury. Shaggy's 2.3 seconds behind Nick. And he's got your Robbie, Fatal, Bish and RK8 for company as Mads picks up a penalty. So that's advantage Sainty for the time being. But we have got another 44 laps to go. Sainty leads from Mads. Mads got the inside line coming into Stowe. It isn't close enough for the move. Here comes Chrism on Mads as well. Tiger Booker getting a bit adrift as Robbie gets past Shaggy for P7. Let's have a look at this. Shaggy battling it. They are catching up to the back of Nick. 2.3 is the gap. And now Shaggy's under pressure from Fatal. Still Obi and Small Girl Louis at the back of the grid. On lap 9 as Uzi and Chrism side by side. Uzi holds P3. Chrism took it away from him gradually. And Nick Fury picking up a 3-second penalty, which doesn't happen very often with Nick. And he's dropped a couple of places, hasn't it? What's happened to Nick? He's dropped to P11 as a Mercedes driver. And that has put your Robbie up to P6 with Shaggy, Fatal, Bish and RK8. Don't know what happened to Nick there. But it's gone from P6 down to P11. So we don't know if it was a mistake or contact. We don't know because we weren't streaming that battle. We were up here watching the two asses of Sainty and Mads. They're pulling out a gap over Uzi. And Mads takes the lead back from Sainty, but don't forget he has got that 3-set penalty. And Chrism and Uzi side by side. Aston Martin of Chrism and the Ferrari of Uzi. And it was Chrism who had the balls to break a little bit later. Shaggy and Robbie battling it out for P6. Mads just records the fastest lap. Shaggy takes a wide to cut in and get the inside for that final corner. And that's Shaggy up to P6. 10 seconds adrift of your leading drivers. Up front, led by Mads from Sainty, Chrism, Uzi Walters, Tiger Booker. Them are your leading 5, and it looks like Sainty has taken the lead again. Wow. Nice line there from Mads as well. He got good grip on the inside of Linfield, but unable to make the move. RK8 has got past Bish. Bish has got back past RK8. Gone a little bit wide, and but has enough to hold on to P9 as Bish. RK P10. Nick Fury, after his little incident a couple of laps ago with P11. Then we've got George, Small Girl, and then Obi still a good way behind the leaders. But there's a long way to go as Uzi gets past Chrism. Ferrari flies past the Aston Martin up back to P3. Tiger Bucket following Chisholm but 1 second adrift as your Robbie and Shaggy have swapped positions again. Shaggy's back into P6 as we stay on board watching this battle coming into club. Shaggy leads this battle from your Robbie and Fatal. A bit of a gap then to RK8 and Bish. Nick Fury, George, Small Girl Louis and Obi. Shaggy in P6. We'll go back up to your leaders. Sainty. Bit of an advantage over teammate Mads. Is Mads close enough for the move? No. But Chisholm is close enough? No. Chisholm has to settle in behind the Ferrari. Tiger Bucket in P5. Let's see Shaggy and your Robbie coming down Wellington Straight now. Shaggy got enough speed to hold off the DRS of Robbie. Fatal's also sticking his nose in P8. Dropping RK8 to over second with Bish and Nick Fury. Let's have a look at your leaders again. They're coming around into Maggots, Beckett and Chapel. Ooh, Mads went a little bit wide there on the entry to Chapel. But she's got momentum to get past Sainty and the DRS work to treat. That's Mads back in front from Sainty. Uzi, Chisholm and Tiger Booker dropping off the back of the top 4. Now whether his tyres are going off a little bit, I don't know. We'll stay on board. Is he going to be at the pits? No, he won't, because he's gone past the pit entry by a country mile. Mads with the penalty leads teammate Shaggy. We go around into Aintree. Uzi Walters in P3 with Chisholm. Now then, Sainty gets past Mads and Uzi stays in front of Chisholm. Tiger Bucket, Shaggy and your Robbie. Shaggy trying to hold on to this P6. Your Robbie has got DRS, but Shaggy has enough power in that battery to keep his Alpine in P6. Back to the front and coming into Maggots, Beckett and Chapel. It's Sainty and Mads. As Nick Fury gets past Bish for P10. Let's go have a look at this. Here's Nick and Bish. Nick and Williams, Bish in the Mercedes. No, both in Mercedes. RK's the one in front. Sorry about that. Yeah, Nick and Bish, both in Mercedes. Battling out for P10. George picks up a penalty as we go on board with him in the Ferrari. Small Girl and Obi still your back markers. Going down to start lap 13. Sainty from Mads. Uzi, Chisholm, Tiger Bucket now is 3 seconds adrift of Chisholm. So I'm wondering whether his tyres are past the sell by date. Shaggy 10.4 behind Tiger Booker, and on the medium tyres that will last a little bit longer than the softs ahead of him and your Robbie behind. So we'll see what happens in the next few laps. I didn't expect the softs to last as long as they have. Putting on board the Sainty coming down into Cops. Keeps it within the white lines, and Mads, as we looked from the international Paddock helicopter down on to your leaders, Sainty and Mads, and this is where Mads closes up on his teammate, which he does, but doesn't make the move. Neither does Chisholm on Uzi. Gap now is 4.9. That's 5 seconds to Tiger Booker. I'm wondering whether he'll come in the pits this lap. Nope, he's still going out. No, he must know something I don't. Shaggy in P6 leads the Aston Martin of your Robbie. Fatal's 1.5 seconds adrift of these two. To Shaggy in P6 under pressure from the Aston Martin, but holds on as he goes around Abbey and Village, and then on to Aintree. Up to your leaders, Sainty and Mad. Sainty runs a little bit wide. So still holds on to P1 and Mads, Uzi and Chrism. This is 9/10 of a second separating first and fourth. Throw a tea towel over him, and here comes Mads for a move. No, thinks better of it. Sainty holds on as they're coming around into Beckett's and Chapel. This is where moves are made as DRS is opened up on 3 cars behind Sainty. Sainty has the power to hold on to that P1 place as he comes down to complete lap 14 and starts lap 15 out of 52, and it's 2 Hasses who lead from Ferrari. Ruzi in P3 as Tiger Booker has decided to pit on 14 lap older softs, so will your leading 4 be following suit. Shaggy is now up to P5, and don't forget Shaggy is on a longer running medium tyre. Tiger Booker has put a fresh set of mediums on, so he's gone from softs to mediums. Shimpad gets past Tiger Booker. Tiger Booker back out the pits now in P12. Sainty and Mads have pulled away from Uzi in P3. Second is the gap as Nick Fury passes Fatal. Fatal gets him back, looking down from the IP helicopter. On board there with Fatal in front of RK8, in front of Nick, in front of Bish, 2 Mercedes, 9th and 10th. So we go back to your leaders, who are just coming into club now, and it's Sainty from Mads, Uzi Waters and Chrism. Shaggy 15 seconds adrift with your Robbie for company on the start of lap 16. Sainty from Mads as RK8 and Fatal swap positions again for P7. RK8 definitely. Oh, who's that just running the pits there? Somebody's just gone in the pits. And it's Bish to RK8, I think, has taken advantage of his medium, longer wearing tyres, and up to P7 is a Williams driver. So Bish is starting to come out of the pits now, and it looks like he'll come out into P12. Small Girl and Obi still your back 2, but Sainty half a second between himself and Mads into Cops. Coming into Maggots, Beckett's and Chapel. And now let's see if Mads is close enough to pick up DRS on his teammate. Don't think he's close enough for the move. And there you go. Sainty with his battery power keeps that for number 1 Haas in the lead from Mads, Uzi Walters and Chrism. And these 4 are now 16 seconds ahead of Shaggy and your Robbie. Fatals gets past RK8 for P7. Nick Fury is in P9. Shimpad, Tiger Bucket, P11, Bish, Small Girl and Obi are your top 14. Sainty then from teammate Mads, Uzi and Chrism. Just a second and a bit between them. Here comes Mads having a look on the inside of Sainty, but was nowhere near, as Obi picks up a penalty, second penalty of the feature. Bish has committed to the 2-stop. So if we're going to start pitting around lap 15, I reckon. Yep, you were right. Yes, mate, I'll take the helicopter with me. And I'll call it Luffield or Linfield. Who's that gone off track? That's Mads has gone off track. I don't know what happened there. He was on his own. And that's Mads down to P4. I don't know what happened at all there, but he just went straight off track. Where he hit a curb, which I've done many a time in TT. Hit that curb there, coming out of Chapel. Nick Fury with another penalty for the Mercedes driver. Shaggy and your Robbie swapping positions. Shaggy's not giving it up. Look, he's got the inside line, but thinks better about the move. Like Stevie says in the chat, all your leaders will be going in the pit shortly. It's the softs. As Uzi has a look on the inside of Sainty. That's Uzi in the lead. Sainty and Chrism in pursuit. They're coming around Woodcote. Shaggy's up to P5. I haven't got past you, Robbie, again. Coming around into Luffield. Did I say it right, Steve? Did I say it? Stevie, do us a favour. Do us a favour. Just, if the race ended now, what would the difference be between Obi and Shaggy as Sainty takes the lead back off Uzi? Going down into Club. Sainty, Uzi and Chrism. And will we see any pit action from any of these? No, obviously not, because they're past the pit entry. Robbie and Shaggy swapping positions again. We've got a yellow flag. And that's a Mercedes. Is that Nick? Yeah, Nick Fury. Nick's had a bit of trouble and allows Tiger Bucket and Shinpad to get past. And there's a safety car. Wow. Oh my word. It's come at a great time for your leaders in on the softs. But bad news for Shaggy, as this will give Obi a chance to catch up as well. It was sort of advanced Shaggy. 15 points, 14 points. Obi still will be leading, I expect. But wow, like I say, that safety car come at a great time for Sainty, Uzi, Chrism, Mads, as they were coming to the end of the life on the softs. But so it's given Obi chance now to close some points back on Shaggy. That safety car could have put the mockers on any chance Shaggy had of winning the championships. Wow. Like I say, Uzi and Chrism had their prayers answered by the safety car, and this will give me a chance to go and get a little bit of refreshment. See, in about 2 minutes I'll be back. Right then, I'm back with my bottle of tonic water with a hint of lemon. Lap 21 of 52. Chat, what do you think of that safety car? What do you think? So lap 21, we'll just have a recap on position changes as we wait for Small Girl and Obi to catch up to the pack. So position changes, we have Sainty, Uzi and Crism as they were. Your Robbie's up 4, Mads is down 1, Shaggy's up 3, Fatal down 2 and RK8 down 1, Bish is up 5, Tiger Booker down 4. George Chimpad is where he was. Nick Fury's down 2, Obi down 1 and Small Girl down 1. Just waiting for Small Girl now to catch. So the safety car is going out for another lap. So the penalties, we've got Mads on 3, Shinpad on 6, Nick Fury on 6 and Obi on 3. Having served his 10-second time penalty. I'm pretty sure that the safety car will be in this lap. Sainty is on hards with Uzi and Crism. Your Robbie's on mediums, Mads on hards, Shaggy's on the softs. Good call there from Shaggy, who, as Stevie says in the chat, has gone aggressive. Probably knows are good for 15, 17 laps. So, yeah, that's off to Shaggy for making that decision. Fatal's on the mediums, RK on the hards. Bish also gone for the aggressive and put on the softs in P9. Tiger Bucket on hards, Chimpad on hards, Nick Fury, Obi and Small Girl all on mediums. So Sainty will be in control of the restart. I'm pretty sure that safety car will be in this lap. There we are, confirmation that the safety car is going in. We'll go on board with Sainty. As I say, he will be dictating the restart. If you look at the telemetry at the bottom of your screen, on the right hand side of the 2 is the gear that Sainty's in. On the right hand side is his miles per hour. Keep your eye on that, because when he starts the restart at mile per hour. Obi has picked up another 10-second penalty. Anyway, Sainty's gone. We kept our eye on that MPH dial, and it went from 0 to 0 in a matter of a split second. So it's Sainty, and he has caught Uzi out, and Crism hasn't got the best of restarts either. Neither has your Robbie, but Mads, Shaggy have had a good one as Shaggy gets past Mads on them super fast soft tyres. Looking back from Mads on to Shaggy. I'll do the same on Uzi and Sainty. Sainty has got a cracking restart and immediately puts second gap between himself and Uzi. Crism a second behind Uzi, and your Robbie a second behind Crism. 2 Aston Martins, 3 and 4. Look at Shaggy coming in on the inside into P4. Definitely advantage Shaggy at the moment, with Obi pitting again to serve a 10-second time penalty. Shaggy up to P4. Oh, it's on. Lap 23 of 52, nearly halfway through. And on board with Shaggy. Obi having a real rough time of it in the Salver, back down in P14, 36 seconds adrift on the main pack. Ooh, back on the normal camera angle, and we've got Sainty leading Uzi. That gap is down to half a second now. Chrism is still a second adrift. Wow, definitely living up to expectations this race. We're looking down on the Williams of RK8 with Bish. DRS is enabled. We've got Tiger Bucket down in P10. George leads the Mercedes Nick Fury and the Racing Bull Cash App car of Small Girl. And then we've got Obi on his quest to catch the pack. Ooh. Sainty then seems to have pulled out a few tenths on Uzi. This is round into Woodcote. Uzi P2, Chrism, Shaggy P4, closing in on the Aston Martin of Chrism. Your Robbie under old Bish. Bish picks up a pen. Rudy, Obi's in the pits. I think he saved his 10 seconds then, I'm sure. And he's off 1 minute 7 adrift of the pack. But if anybody can do it, Obi can. Shaggy fastest lap a 1:30.9 as he's right up the route of Chrism. The start of lap 25. Real exciting stuff here at Silverstone. Ass of Satan leading the Ferrari Uzi, leading the Aston Martin. Got a yellow flag, but it's gone out. And Shaggy is up to P3. Robbie and Mads swap position. Mads gains P5 from Robbie and Fatal and Bish. RK8, Tiger Bucket in P10. The patient drive. All eyes are on Shaggy on his quest to get a few points between himself and Obi. Hi Mitch, hope you're feeling alright, mate. Yeah, I say everybody I know around this area has had this real severe headache, and it's been a week as your Robbie gets past Mads P5, and all you can do, Mitch, paracetamol, plenty of drink, get as much sleep as you can. I know it's hard in your line of work, but you've got other people who work for you. Sainty then on lap 26, 50% of your race nearly done. Uzi in P2, Shaggy just 9 tenths behind in P3, Chrism in P4, and we've got a gap to the other Aston Martin of your Robbie, who's got Mads and Fatal for company. Then we have Bish, RK8 and Tiger Bucker, Shimpad, Nick Fury, Small Girl Louis and Obi putting pedal to metal and closing. He's closed 6 seconds on Small Girl already. So stand by your beds, all will be revealed. 26 laps time. Currently though, on lap 26 is Sainty leading from Uzi and Shaggy. Shaggy definitely pulling in Uzi. Just 5 tenths, that's half a second between them. Yeah, he's back and head. Feel like you when you're on sulphur. Yeah, definitely. These 4 though, Sainty, Uzi, Shaggy and Crism pulling away from Mads in P5 as small girl Louis gets past Nick for P12. Sainty, Uzi, Shaggy and Crism. We've got a little battle then with Mads, Your Robbie and Fatal battling it out for P5 as George picks up another penalty. Ooh, Mads went a bit out of shape having hit the curb at Village. Go on to Shaggy now, who's all over the back of the Ferrari. It could be around this time that the Alpine makes P2, and yes, it is. That's Shaggy up into P2, chasing down the Haas of Sainty. 6/10 is the gap, and he will get DRS as they come out of Chapel. Your Robbie with a 3-second penalty for the Aston Martin driver. Shaggy though does gain a few tenths on Sainty. Definitely race on as Mads swaps positions with Robbie and RK swaps positions with Bish. All action going on behind, but we can't take our eyes. Small girl gets past Shimpad up to P11 for Louis. And Shaggy with the fastest lap of 1:30.9 in the Alpine, chasing down a race leader Sainty on hards. It will last a few more laps down the softs of Shaggy, but if Shaggy can get past and put some air between himself and Sainty, this race and this championship is not over by far. Just try and get a drink, see if somebody overtakes somebody as I'm having a drink. And it looks like Your Robbie on Mads could be favourite. And settles in behind the Haas, but he's pushing the Haas along. Fatal just behind, looking on. Is there anything so refreshing as a real cold gobful of tonic water? Ooh, don't have to make my tongue tingle. So Sainty then with Shaggy in his shadows coming down. His shadow picks up DRS to Shaggy, and that's Shaggy up to the lead for the Alpine. 50% of the race done, and Shaggy takes P1 from the Haas of Sainty. Uzi P3 and Crism P4. Your Robbie takes P5 from Mads. Fatal just waiting for any mistakes these two in front of him make. Look at them there in the distance, but all eyes on Shaggy as he leads on lap 29. Sainty, who he's raced with for quite a few years. Shaggy and Sainty in the same leagues since they were knee-high to a grasshopper in the COVID days. There goes Sainty, eases past the Alpine with the DRS, and the Ferrari of Uzi as well, looking for his chance to take a position away from Shaggy. But the Hanley Hurricane keeps his eyes firmly concentrating on that Haas in front, if not past the Haas, because he will be picking up DRS, as will Uzi as they come out of Chapel. Now then, is Shaggy close enough? I don't think he is, you know. He's going for the inside, and yeah, that's Shaggy back in front at the end of lap 29. Can he hold on to it coming down into Club? Yes, he can. He's got the inside line, but Sainty will have the inside line here, and that's Sainty back in front, demoting the Alpine to P2. And Shaggy sits in behind the Haas of Sainty, like they're both on rails. Sainty goes a little wide as he has done throughout for that corner. cuts in and then cuts back, and they're going down into Wellington Straight. Sainty leads Shaggy from Uzi, and then the Aston Martin with Chisholm. No overtaking's done. We're leading 4. Your Robbie under pressure from Mads, but holds on to P5. Fatal still there in P7, and then it's Bish. Gets past RK8, 4 P8 with Tiger Booker. As I say, driving a patient race. Tiger Booker in P10. But he's on the hards. He will go an extra few laps on that tyre compound. Small Girl Louis P11, Shimpad P12, Nick Fury P13, and Obi definitely cut the gap by at least, well, it's 17 seconds from the last time he pitted 9 laps ago. That's nearly 2 seconds a lap as Shaggy gets back in front of the Haas, coming down into club for the 30th time. And Joe, he rode the curve a bit there, did Shaggy. Keeps all the positions. George picks up another 3 seconds of penalties. Shaggy holding on to the lead as they come round into turn 1 and 2. The Haas of Sainty looking for anything he can do to get past the Alpine. To these 4, 3 seconds ahead of Mads, Your Robbie and Fatal. And I'm sure Sainty will see out the overtake, and he has done on Wellington Straight. The Haas back in the lead. Shaggy held a tighter line there on a super grip soft tyres, and he comes alongside of the Haas, and that's Shaggy back in front. Absolutely brilliant racing here at Silverstone for the finale of SRC Season 5. And after this race we will be having a 2-week break, and it gives the admins, particularly Stevie, a chance to get everything sorted out for F2 managers and the new season approaching. There goes Sainty back in front of Shaggy, and here comes the Ferrari of Uzi into P2, takes Shaggy. Shaggy loses 2 positions there on the straight between Chapel and Stowe. Unfortunate for the Alpine driver. Chisholm is in P4. Your Robbie is closing the gap slowly but surely on teammate, and there you can see Your Robbie with the fastest lap, 1:30.7 on medium tyres, 12 lap out old medium tyres actually, as Uzi takes the lead from Sainty. Sainty's got the inside line and regains that P1 position as they go down into the Wellington Straight again for the 32nd time. The Aston Martin of Chisholm looks on the outside of Shaggy, as does Uzi on Sainty, and Uzi retakes the lead. Sainty's up down into 2nd, and Chisholm and Shaggy side by side. Whoa, tremendous racing here at Silverstone. Sainty pulls alongside the Ferrari, touch of tyres. That's Sainty back in the lead as they're coming around into Chapel, Maggots and Beckett's, but not in that order. Uzi regains the lead. And Mitch, if you're still in the chat, Silverstone is the iconic track in Great Britain, and it nestles between Northamptonshire and another shire, as Sainty takes back the lead for the 1000th and 19th time. Jordan gets his 19th and 1000th penalty. Uzi holding Shaggy off with Chisholm, and that gap now is just 1.5 seconds to Your Robbie in the other Aston Martin. That gap closing. Your Robbie bringing Mads and Fatal with him, so it very soon could be a 7-car battle for the lead, as we saw in the sprint earlier on. Oh wow, let's have a breather. Here comes Shaggy on the Ferrari, but the Ferrari holds his position as Your Robbie and Mads are swapping positions as well at Duffield. Luffield, not Duffield. He used to play football at Duffield. So your Robbie is P5, and he's only 1.7 seconds behind teammate Chisholm. And then we've got Mads and Fatal within half a second of the Aston Martin of your Robbie. So as I say, could soon be a 7-car battle for the lead, which has Uzi as your front runner now, with Saty and Shaggy and Chisholm, your top 4. That gap is now 2 seconds to Mads, your Robbie, and Fatal as Saty takes back the lead from Uzi. Uzi's got the inside line, but Shaggy, I thought Shaggy was going nip in there. Then side by side, the tyres were locked for a moment then between the Haas and the Ferrari, gives way to the Haas. Shaggy nearly gets past as well. Shaggy will have the inside line here, but the Ferrari has too much power on exit. Wow, and look at them 3 behind, catching up. Soon will be a 7-car DRS chain battling out for your lead, held at the moment by Sainty. As Shimpad DNFs in the pits. Unfortunate there for George, who will be first to admit he was struggling. That's George joining Jam. And the retirees of your feature race here at Silverstone. Sainty then from Uzi, Shaggy and Chisholm. Mads, Robbie and Fatal are in that DRS chain. Now we've got a yellow flag, and that's for Shimpad's car coming out of the pits. But now we will get your top 7 cars all in one shot as Uzi comes alongside the Haas. Shaggy's having a look, thinks better of it as they round. Small girl Louis with a penalty as well on lap 34. And Tiger Bucket is up to P9, having got past Bish. Look at the Haas of Sainty pushing that Ferrari along the start-finish straight on lap 35. Tiger Bucket and Bish still swapping positions as Bish to pits on 18 lap old softs. That means Shaggy could be in soon, but he's sticking with the hards. Runners in front, so I wouldn't see why he should pit just yet. But we'll get a split on Shaggy's first sector time, see what it differs to his fastest first sector time. And he's 2/10 down on his fastest sector 2 time, so why go in the pits yet? As the Ferrari of Uzi takes the lead back from the Haas of Sainty. And look, Shaggy, Chisholm and Mads sticks his nose in the shot as they're going around. Cops. Aston Martin of Chisholm takes P3. Does he? No, Shaggy gets the position back. Chisholm loses out to Mads. Sorry, that was the battle, not Shaggy. It was Mads and Chisholm. Apologies for that one. As you can see now, just 2 seconds separating your top 7. Led now by Uzi in the Ferrari with Sainty in P2. And Robbie's just got past teammate Chisholm with P5. Robbie on the faster medium tyres than Chisholm. But on to lap 36. Look at Shaggy all over the Haas and Ferrari in front of him. Getting a bit of slipstream as well to ease the wear down a little bit on them soft tyres that are 16 lap old on this lap. But there are your leading 7 all in the same shot. Uzi, Sainty, Shaggy, Mads, Robbie and Chisholm with Fatal not far behind. Certainly topping the billing is this race. As does Shaggy get second? No. Uzi back in front of the Haas of Sainty. Shaggy's under pressure from the Haas of Mads, keeps the Alpine in P3. And here comes Sainty. Bit of a touch on the Ferrari, but all fair and love and war. Shaggy's going on the inside of the Ferrari, thinks better of it, has to ride the curb to stay in touch with Uzi. Sainty, Uzi, Shaggy, Mads, Robbie, Chrism and Fatal. Look at them 7 cars coming down into Stowe. Uzi from Sainty, from Shaggy, Mads, Robbie and Chrism, and Sainty picks up a penalty. Oh dear. That means Sainty will have to put a bit of a spurt on now and get that 3 seconds back on Uzi. Here comes Shaggy. Wow. What do we expect from this game, this race tonight? It's living up to all expectations as the asses go side by side. Mads and Sainty. Shaggy back down in P4. Wow. Let's have a look at this battle for P8, RK and Tiger Booker. I've got Small Girl in P10, Bish, Nick and Obi. Obi just 24 seconds behind the pack now. Certainly cut that time down because it was 1 minute and something. 1 minute 7 I think it was. Now it's down to 24 seconds. So Obi keeping going. Wants to keep his hands on that lead in the championships. Don't want it to fall away on the last race. And he's just seeing it out, trying his best to pull back on the leading group and gain some more points on Shaggy and take that championship away. Sainty though back in front from Uzi, Mads and Shaggy as he's coming down into club. On to lap 38, and there goes Mads on the inside of Uzi. Does he keep hold of position into turn 1? Yes, he does. So that's Haas first and second, Ferrari third, Alpine fourth, and Aston Martin 5th and 6th. As Uzi and Mads swapping positions, Uzi will have the inside line for this corner. Does he keep hold of the position? No. Mads, better entry out of the corner. And Shaggy's having a look. Oh, look at this, 2 abreast coming round. Haas, Ferrari. Mads makes the move, does he? The Ferrari has inside line, he's got to have the best exit. And it's Uzi. Oh no, it isn't. It's Mads. Mads keeps hold of P2 from Uzi. Shaggy looking down from the IP helicopter. Wow. The Aston Martins as well, keeping in touch in P5s and 6. It's Fatal a little bit detached from your main group now in P7. That gap between Fatal and RK has grown over a second in the last couple of laps. It's up to 7.2 seconds. Tiger Bucket all over the back of RK and the Williams as Sainty, Uzi, Walters and Mads swapping positions again. And it's Sainty that holds on now to P1 with Uzi and the Ferrari on the inside, and that's out of shape, and no, Shaggy's got damage, so has Uzi, and it's a virtual safety car. Oh dear. Shaggy's got a wing missing. Let's have a look at Uzi. Uzi's got a wing missing. End plate, sorry. Chrism looks to me as if he's got away with it. Your Robbie has got his left-hand side end plate missing. Mads has got his right-hand side end plate missing, and Sainty is off, gone. So I think it was originally, was it Uzi that made a mistake coming out of club, and there will be quite a few cars going in the pits, not just for changing tyres. I mean, it's come as the virtual safety car has gone off. So that incident happened just after. Oh, look at them, the end plate's missing, and they're going off track, trying to keep battling with the steering. Not helped by these end plates missing. Those of you that have raced will know how hard it is to brake and then steer around the corner with end plates missing, as Chrism has taken advantage of the damage on Mads' car to take P2. And I think, as I say, Sainty, I think is clean. So let's see who goes in the pits. There we have your Robbie. Shaggy's in. Your Robbie's got a penalty for speeding. Uzi Walters is in. Let's have a look, see what's what, because there's nothing really going on in the race at the moment. But that was a crucial moment in the race. Shaggy's having a new wing. Your Robbie's had a new wing, and Uzi also a new wing. So that incident has certainly shaken up your top 5 or 6, because now Tiger Booker is in that top 5 as well as RKA, Sainty Crism and Mads. Fatal was in that, but he's pitted. Your Robbie, obviously, he's pitted for fresh mediums. Shaggy was there, he's put fresh softs on. And Uzi Walters has put fresh set of mediums on. So we'll just have a little recap then. And it's Sainty leads on lap 40 of 52 from Crism. Just see Mads in 3rd in the distance with RK and Tiger Booker in 5th, and then a big gap then to Small Girl, 7 seconds adrift from Fatal in the other cash app. Bish is up to P8, your Robbie P9, Shaggy's P10 as Mads gets past RK for P3. Sorry, RK gets past Tiger Booker as Mads pits. Mads has pitted and he's had enough of his 21 lap old hards and he's putting mediums on. Fatal with the fastest lap of 130.4, soft tyres for Fatal. And there's the front wing going on at the front of Mads' Haas as we're on to teammate Sainty, who's 3 seconds ahead of Crism. Bish is up to P7 as Mads hasn't come out of the pitch yet. But say Small Girl Louis up to P5, was in P13 at one point. Albeit 11 seconds the gap now between him and Nick Furiman, but that's 32 seconds to Uzi Walters in P11. He needs to catch up, does our Albeit, but as it stands, he has got one hand on the championships as Crism follows Sainty into Stoke and Vale. Then we've got RKA and Tiger Booker battling it out for P3. Tiger Booker has that position at the moment. RKA has that position at the moment, but Tiger Booker is pushing him all the way. He'll have the inside line here. There's contact, and I think that was RKA's corner. Tiger Booker was a bit of a daredevil, sneaking his nose in there, because I think the RK did have the line as Fatal his second lap as fastest driver, 130.0. So RK puts a bit of light between himself and Tiger Booker. Small Girl and Fatal. P5 and 6, Bish, 12 seconds of race. The Shaggy sets the fastest lap of 1.296, and Uzi Walters breaks that fastest lap with a 1:29.614. Shaggy in P9, Uzi Walters in P10. 10 laps remaining. Get me breath while I can before something else happens. On board with Bish in P7. I'll have a fag before all the action with the remaining few laps left as Mads picks up another penalty. So run down all of his positions, and Sainty has a 3-second lead over Chisholm in P2. RK 8 seconds adrift of Chisholm. Tiger Booker just 1.8 seconds behind RK. Fatal 5 seconds behind Tiger Booker. Small Girl just over a second behind Fatal. Fish 11 seconds of the gap between himself and Small Girl. Shaggy 4.5 seconds behind Bish in P8. Your Robbie just behind in P9. So we missed the overtake by Shaggy on Your Robbie. Uzi in P10. Mads P11 and Nick Fury P12 and Ovi P13. Sainty losing a bit of time to Chisholm now. Chisholm definitely pulling back the gap to 2.4 seconds now, and obviously putting a bit more daylight between himself and RK as well. That gap is 8.9 seconds now. Nearest battle on track is Shaggy and Your Robbie. Shaggy making the move on Your Robbie a lap ago, but Your Robbie not giving up. And there's Mads past Uzi Walters, and there's a Ferrari. Is that Uzi? Yep, Uzi makes a mistake coming out of Duffield, and Bish picks up penalty. And is it damage? Yeah, he's missing an end plate. Here's the Ferrari driver, and he has retired on track. Can we make note, please, admin? Uzi retires on track. That's a yellow flag that goes out, and Ovi gains another position. Mads with a 1:29.0, breaking the 1:30 barrier in P10 on 3-lap old mediums. Chisholm down to 1.4 behind Sainty as Obi takes Nick Fury. So away are we in now in P11. Due in the pit shortly, then mediums. Shaggy just 3.5 seconds behind Bish. So can any admins on the chat confirm of the retirement on track, please? Chisholm nearly in DRS of the Haas. Both on 25 lap old hards. RK on 24, 10 seconds adrift, coming down to complete his 44th lap. Tiger Booker 2 seconds adrift with Fatal, Small Girl and Bish in P7. Shaggy's up to P8, just 2.5 seconds behind Bish with Your Robbie all over the back. Oh, Your Robbie makes contact with the Haas of Mads, but Your Robbie like a gent. Oh, what happened there to Mads? That's got to be a safety car. Your Robbie gave him the position back, and then Mads Psycho just car went into the wall, doing a Stevie just after the start finish line. So that's safety car number 2. We've had a virtual, and now 2 full safety cars. Safety car number 2 with 7 laps remaining. So it's going to turn out into a perhaps 4 lap sprint here at Silverstone. I'm going to have my fag, get my breath. We'll run through position changes just before the restart. And this race is far from over. Right then, back to it. Headphones are keeping on track. No defuncts for a few laps now. Well, Tiger Bucket has stayed out on 26th lap, Old Hards, and he will dictate the restart when all the cars have caught up. We're just waiting for Aston Martin, Robbie, Nick Fury, and Obi. So let's have a look at your position changes. Tiger Bucket up 5, Sainty down 1, Chrism as he was, Small Girl Louis up 9, Bish up 9, RK up 1, Shaggy's up 2, Fatal's down 3, your Robbie down 1, Nick Fury as he was, and Obi is up 1 position. Penalties, we've got Sainty on 3, Small Girl on 3, Bish on 6, your Robbie on 3, Nick Fury on 9, and Obi on 3. Yeah, unfortunate jam. Sorry, mate. That chance you had certainly diminished quickly in the feature, and obviously you look forward to a race all day and then go out early like you did. That goes out to you, Jam. You'll have your day, mate. Sure you will. Perhaps if the safety car slows down a bit, it might go in this lap and give us a 4-lap sprint. Joe Robbie has caught up to the pack, just waiting for Nick and Obi. I'll just have a bit of lubricant on my tonsils before this last 3 or 4 lap sprint. All depends whether them 2 cars, Nick and Obi, can catch up. Just see Nick and Obi's car in the distance, looking back from Chapel. We've called now, could the safety car go in? Yes, safety car's in this lap. We'll go on board with Tiger Booker, who will dictate the restart. Keep your eye on that mile-perometer. I think he's gone. Yeah, he went early. Sainty though keeps within 2 seconds now of the Sauber. Fresh tyres of Sainty, and there's a bit of contact. So Tiger Bucket braked quite early. A yellow flag caution, RK8 falling down, and also Nick Fury passed by Obi. Here comes Sainty then. Tiger Bucket comes over. Bit of contact. Tiger Bucket has to settle in for second as Sainty takes the lead. Chrism on the outside of Tiger Bucket, who gets a better exit, and it looks to me like it is the Aston Martin. No, but Tiger Bucket is keeping hold in the Sauber. They're coming into in towards Cops, and it was fight your buttocks time. It's clench your buttocks time even. But Tiger Bucket holds on to P3. Fish on board with him in the Mercedes, looking at the battle between Chrism and Tiger Bucket, and it looks like Chrism is making a move. Yep, Chrism up to P2, following the Haas of Sainty. Tiger Bucket settling in behind the Aston Martin Bish. Then we've got Fatal, Shaggy in P6, Small Girl Louis, your Robbie, RK8, Obi and Nick Fury, just 4 seconds adrift. of your main group. DRS is enabled. We've got back on board with Sainty and your normal camera view, and he's out of DRS on Chrism. 1.7 seconds is the gap between Sainty and Chrism. Tiger Bucket has Bish for company now, battling out for P3. Fatal, Shaggy, Small Girl, all in contention, as well as your Robbie and RK8. Ulby is as well. Sainty though increasing his lead. 2 seconds nearly is his advantage over Chrism, Tiger Booker and Bish. Fatal as RK8 gets past your Robbie for P8. There's Ulby, looking like your new F1 champion in P10. So let's not take anything away from your race leaders. Sainty, Chrism, Tiger Bucket, and here's Bish with Fatal and Shaggy. Fatal picks up a 3-second penalty. So that was action there. Yeah, I think it is Ulby's to lose now. She needs to keep it safe as Bish and Tiger Bucket battling out for P3 with Fatal also in with a chance, but it's Tiger Bucket leading Bish, Fatal and Shaggy. Shaggy needs to keep out of trouble if he can, but Bish leading them down this pack anyway on to lap 50. Look at him, a gaggle of geese. It's Bish, Tiger Bucket, Fatal and Shaggy. Chrism 1.5 seconds behind your leader, and that will be enough for the win because Sainty has got penalties. Ulby shot down the leaderboard a bit there, or was it RK8 and your Robbie swapping positions? Yes, it was. Shaggy up to P5, bit of contact there with RK8 and Tiger Bucket. Tiger Bucket's dropped through the field having started the restart. Down now to P6 on them at 30 lap old hards. Chrism though within DRS of Sainty with 1.5 laps to go. RK8 drops Tiger Bucket to P7. Your Robbie is next on Tiger Bucket's list. And there's Fatal up to P3 past Bish, and also the Aston Martin, the Alpine of Shaggy gets past Bish. That's Shaggy up to P4 now, ahead of Bish and RK8, Tiger Bucket, your Robbie and Ulby. Wow. Chrism closing in on Haas of Sainty, just half a second now between these two. Sainty in the Haas, Chrism in the Aston Martin. Let's just check on your penalties as well, because yeah, it's just 3 seconds. The penalties for Sainty and Fatal, so Shaggy could jump a couple of places if he can get a little bit closer to the leaders. Chrism is definitely putting pressure on Sainty, but Sainty doesn't feel pressure as Bish and RK8 are swapping positions for P5. Looking down from the IP helicopter, you'll see Bish, his yellow tyres visible from Mars, leading the Williams of RK8. Bish, the only one on mediums in your top 6, as we are on our penultimate lap. A lap and a half to go. Chrism doesn't have to pass Sainty for the win, just keep close. Fatal in P3, Shaggy will gain that position, having not got any penalties as of yet. Your Robbie and Tiger Bucket. Tiger Bucket now down to P9 as Ulby gets past him in P8 in the other Sauber, and I think that is definitely advantage Ulby on the championship stakes. Shaggy has definitely given one hell of a fight here tonight at Silverstone with the aggressive soft tyres he's been putting on his Alpine. Sainty seems to keep Chrism at bay on the last lap. As I say, Chrism will take the win. Sainty has got penalties. Fatal 3 seconds adrift, but has company from Shaggy, who will then inherit P3. If even another position, if you can get any closer to Sainty and Chrism, but say it's stays where he is, he'll definitely get a podium. Will Shaggy, RK and Bish still battling out. Obi, Robbie, Tiger Booker dropped down to 9th. Small Girl could be passing him quite soon, and Nick Fury keeping going in the Mercedes. Bless him. Good old Nick, he doesn't give up. But now, with 1 sector to go, we have Sainty leading into Stowe and Vale, but it's Chrism takes the lead with the DRS. Sainty goes off track a little bit, but Chrism looks like he's going to take the win here at Silverstone in the final race. Oh, Sainty spun. Chrism takes the win. I did say I fancied Chrism. Small Girl picks up the penalty. Shaggy's got second. He's getting second on the podium. Sainty in third. RKA fourth. Fatal fifth. Tiger Booker up to 6th. Obi 7th and crowned champion of Season 5 here at Silverstone tonight. Robbie, missed him, but yeah, we'll go on board. Well, can't go on board as Shaggy gets the driver of the day on the game. And I've got to say, yes, I agree. Shaggy, with his aggressive strategy, takes driver of the day here at Silverstone, and I find that P2 Sainty, after leading most of the race in P3, having picked up penalty earlier on in the race. But yeah, Obi is the new champion of the F1 Simtech racing community, SRC, and that unfortunately is, as I think I've got somebody who's got Mads who's in the same party as me for some reason, but I'll just make a note of the position changes. Nick, Bish, Small Girl, Mads. Right then, so let's see who got the fastest lap. Don't know. Chrism had the fastest lap with a 1:28.3. Chrism, great race from Chrism. And that's it. Season 5 of SRC is over and done with. We had Obi, the new champion of Simtex Season 5. So next season's F1 League will be the Obi League. And that has come to the end of International Paddock's commentary with SRC. Unfortunately, it's the last broadcast tonight, and I'd just like to speak a few words on behalf of International Paddock from my good friend Andrew, who is a co-owner of International Paddock. Just bear with me while I get it up on screen. Here we go. So Andrew says, we want to take this time to thank SRC for their support and time they've given to International Paddock for the last 2 years. We are incredibly grateful for the amount of time they have given International Paddock and allowed many of our commentary teams the ability to work alongside them and grow with them over that period of time. We cannot express enough how grateful we are for the experience that they have supplied for both our team and the audience of International Paddock. So on that note, I shall give you what's going on with International Paddock in the next few days, and we'll be back with UCR in Saudi Arabia tomorrow night, and then Saturday we've got RFL at Spain, followed by Sunday ERC Masters at Qatar. Don't know if you can hear the disturbance I'm getting in the background, but it's no fault of mine. But anyway, thanks very much for joining me this evening, and I wish you all good night. God bless, and see you all soon. Thank you very much. Goodbye.